What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're going back to Gacharic Spin. Yes, indeed, Gacharic Spin fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity-bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from SMB, and this is actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of February for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, SMB. Hope you enjoy the show. SMB wanted to see me react to this. It is Gacharic Spin with a tune entitled, I Want to Take a Walk. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Gacharic Fan, okay, and the video has 3,900 views. Well, there you go. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Gacharic Spin. I want to take a walk. No idea what that says. Online live Otashidama 2023. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this. 次は何の曲かな？音に映像に楽しんでる？お散歩したいなー。
let's just pause here really quick. Kind of a cross between pop rock and jazz. It like this. There's a lot of things happening here that kind of remind me of the Rippingtons a little bit. The chordal progression definitely, and the song progression is definitely in that vein, in that style of the Rippingtons. But I mean, there's no sax and there's no auxiliary percussionist, but everything else across the board sounds very much on the same lines. Clearly, this is an instrumental song. You know, no Angie, no Hannah. It's just the other 4 core members, and there's nothing wrong with that. It sounds fine. Feels good, sounds good. It's got a nice groove. I like that they did play with the feel. They did switch from, you know, straight time to a double time feel. It's kind of funny that they went into the double time feel, and it does feel like it kind of went toward a little bit of country there. Especially what was happening within the bass. I don't know if that really fit with everything else that's going on, but I mean, it did work. I mean, you switching to that country kind of feel in that double time feel. It did work. I just don't know if it fit within the context of the song itself. Having the stare on the upbeats as opposed to the downbeats, that definitely added to it. Now, overall, I mean, I think it sounds fine. I think it sounds just fine. Am I really impressed by anything that I'm seeing or hearing? Not really. It's, like I said, if you go listen to the Rippingtons. Listen to anything off of, what would be a good album? Weekend in Monaco. Listen to that album. Listen to Kilimanjaro. Curves Ahead, Tourist in Paradise, any of those albums, and you're gonna hear Brave New World. That'd be another one. Any of those albums, and you're gonna hear a very similar sound when it comes to songwriting, like this song is going. So, no complaints. I'm just it sounds good. It's pleasing to the ear. Absolutely. I'm just not being blown away by anything right now. So let's keep going here. Halftime. Okay. Well, halftime feel. I got no complaints, but at the same time, it's very middle of the road. You know, it's there's nothing amazing or mind-blowing or brilliant or fantastic about this. But across the board, it's absolutely solid. So, got no complaints. Just if you're expecting a 9, it's just not going to happen. Like, I'm sorry, but it's not. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Gacharic Spin with a tune entitled I Want to Take a Walk. This was a request from SMB. And this was actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of February for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, SMB. Hope you enjoyed the show. There's not really a whole lot to talk about. This is going to be a fairly short review. So, let's get to it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.3. Yep, 7.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.3. What does that mean? Well, a 7.3 would translate to a really good skill rating because overall, I think this was a really good presentation. It would also get 4 out of 5 stars and a B as in boy, B letter grade. Yes, a B. So there you go, a 7.3, really good skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B as in boy, B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. I'm going to start in a weird spot. I'm going to start with the live performance. Now, the live show, it didn't help, but it didn't hurt. This was, I have a feeling I know what this was. This was just, you know, a one-take video that was shot from multiple angles, and then they created a video for it. Yeah, there really isn't a whole lot to that. Stage presence, check. Yeah, they look like performers. They're all dressed in the, same color motif, so everybody's wearing white. So that's definitely there. So stage presence gets a check. Stage energy, not really. I did see Oreo back there dancing around, behind her keyboards a little bit, but that's about the extent. Stage interaction, no, there really wasn't any. Crowd interaction, there really wasn't any there either because, there was no crowd. It was like a music video basically. So those two things, not really going to be a factor on this one. Showmanship, again, there's no crowd. They're shooting a music video. So again, not really a whole lot to go on there. The production was kind of cool, having the video screens, in the back and on the floor. You can create pretty much whatever you want with that kind of an atmosphere, and kind of cool to be able to perform on a stage like that. So it gives people a lot of options. Yeah, it's not really going to come into effect here. The 7.3 really is for the song more than anything else. And the song it's a really good song. It is. I think it's well constructed. I think it does sound good. I think it flows well. It's pleasing to the ear. Yes. Some thought definitely went into it as far as, I don't think so much as far as chordal progression or notation goes. I think more from an arrangement standpoint. Who plays what, where, when, and how. Knowing that, this was really, more than anything, this was really focused on guitar, which it brings to mind. I'll get back to that in a little bit, but I think Tomozo definitely was putting the spotlight on this one, and I'm gonna make a comparison in a little bit. But as far as what the ladies played, everything sounded just fine. I really wish the spotlight had been spread around a little bit more. There's no reason why, Oreo couldn't, take a keyboard solo, but the focus was really kind of on Tomozo on this one. I did see the one where, I forgot the drummer's name. It just slipped my mind for some reason right now. But, between those two, I don't understand why we had that little trade-off between the two coming up towards the end. That was nice. It was a little, I'll be honest with you, it was kind of refreshing to see that happen. As far as Koga goes on the bass, she was just pretty much keeping everything foundationalized and keeping everything grounded. So that was nice, filling up the bottom end. Everybody's technique sounded fine. Everybody, like I said, everybody played their instruments well. It was different in the regards of watching them with an instrumental, taking almost like a jazz approach. I'm going to put these back in really quick. There was a band that I mentioned, and I'm sure a band that a lot of you may or may not have heard of, a band called the Rippingtons. Now, they are officially known as the Rippingtons featuring Russ Freeman. Well, Russ Freeman's their guitarist, and he does get featured quite a bit on a lot of songs. But I'm going to use those as examples, but I want you guys to hear the songwriting, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I say, I've heard stuff like this before. The Rippingtons are one of my absolute favorite jazz bands. So let's start with, let's see, where are we going to start with? Let's start with Weekend in Monaco. So I'm just going to play a snippet from that song, and you're going to hear a lot of similarities, I guarantee you, both in chordal progression, instrumentation, and direction of the song. So check this out, Weekend in Monaco. Okay, so that's one example. Let's go to another example. Let's go high roller, and let's start at 2:11 here. Back 2 minutes and 11 seconds. There we go. Okay, now check this out. You're again a very similar style, very similar melodic line, a very similar chordal progression. So check this one out here. Okay, so you get the idea, right? I'm sorry for the quality of the recording. It's a little low on that. Let's do one more. Let's do Curves Ahead. Let's go to that. Go to that song here. Curves Ahead. I'm gonna start where on this one? 209. Let's go to 209. All right, there we are. So you're gonna hear something very similar. Chordal progression, melodic lines, the feel, the direction of the song, very much same style. So check this one out. I know this one's loud. Maybe turn the volume just a little bit. Stay equal across the board. So my point is this. Same for instrumentation. On each example, it's the exact same. There's no sax and there's no auxiliary percussion. It's just drums, keyboards, guitar, and bass. That's all it is. And you get a very similar style. You get a very similar sound, a very similar direction, a very similar theme. So when I say I've heard stuff like this before, guys, it's not a joke. I've heard stuff like this before. Like I said, the ladies did play their instruments cleanly, yes. Did they play them accurately? As far as I could tell, yes. Song's well written, it's well constructed. I can't say anything mind-blowing because, as I demonstrated just with the 3 examples that I provided, just those 3, trust me, there's many more I could pull up. And not just from the Rippingtons. I could pull up stuff from Spiral Gyra. I could pull up stuff from Chick Corea Electric Band. I could pull stuff from Hiroshima. I mean, there's a whole bunch of bands I could pull stuff up from that have a very similar style, a very similar direction. So It was done well. Yes, it's a really good song. Yes, and that's why I'm giving it a really good score. I'm not blown away by anything, but at the same time, nothing sounded bad. So, yeah, I think that 7.3 is right where we need to be. So, let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.3, which is a really good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B as in boy, B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.